Welcome, everybody. This is the brand new webinar I'm hosting. It's Breakthrough Anxiety Fast with Frequencies Masterclass. This is something that I've been creating over the last couple of weeks, but really about a year and a half ago, the team and I created 5 steps to breaking through anxiety fast. Simple, easy strategies to take people out of overwhelm, frustration, anxiety to calm, present, and consciousness. So I've added from those 5 strategies 3 more, and I'm really excited to share these with you. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. If you have high levels of anxiety, please go seek a professional. What I'm going to share with you today is educational purposes only, and these are things that dramatically help my anxiety, and I hope they can help you as well. So let's dive into this. Quick little story for those who don't know me. My name's Deane. Some of my passions are purpose, and I believe that when we find out why we're here on this planet, what our purpose, our vision, our mission is, everything changes. We start to choose better habits for our health, better ways of communicating with our loved ones. We start doing things that actually help give us self-love and compassion. So purpose is really important to me. Our family is really important. Personally, I didn't have a very united family growing up, but that gave me a gift later on to now highly value bringing people together. So I have a community, a non-for-profit event on the right-hand side here called Brock Night. It started with 7 friends in my garage over 5 years ago now. And when we host these events, we get over 100 people, and I cook bone broth and veggie stew, and we have DJs, and there's no alcohol. It's just a fun dance party. So this was one of the events just last, I think it was September. Some of my other passions are business, learning, travel, and health. So what I'm going to share with you today, because I studied health and nutrition coaching, gosh, over like nearly 10 years ago now, I think it is, at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, I've then gone on to share these amazing learnings with everyone that I come in contact with, whether it's organizations that I'm a part of, my friends, my family, social media, YouTube. On my YouTube channel, I've got hundreds of videos all around health and wellness. I used to work with Vitamix, the blenders, and travel around Australia, educating people. I just love learning. I love teaching. And this is what I do in my spare time, is research things that help my health. And then in turn, I share it with everyone around me. And my vision overall is to help co-create the healthiest and wealthiest people on the planet. And I feel like a lot of you guys share that common vision as well. So, oops, what did I just click? Pin. Okay. Okay, good. Cool. Another one of my passions is Muay Thai. I went to Thailand in October for a whole month and just immersed myself in a martial art. I recommend it to everyone for mind, body, spirit connection, that discipline to something that's movement related for personal defense, but also just personal development. I can't recommend it enough. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this. So for me personally, growing up, I guess because of my separated family, or maybe because I was bullied as a kid, or maybe mummy issues, daddy issues, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. Anxiety has been something that I've juggled and danced with for a long time. Maybe you guys can relate. You don't have to put yes into the chat or anything like that. And I find doing these anxiety seminars, sometimes people don't even have so much anxiety, they don't even jump onto these webinars. So I just want to commend you guys for jumping on here. And anxiety is an epidemic, right? It's so common these days. And so we're going to unpack a lot of that. So my questions to you are, is life getting busier and more stressful, or less busy and less stressful? So just to have a bit of a think about that for a second. For most people, finances are going down, they're needing more jobs, or they're to pay the bills. They're going to the gym and having coffees and stimulant through the day, and it's really depleting them. And so stress is a common factor amongst a lot of people. So for me, I think majority of people are getting more stressful and more stressed and more anxious. This is why I really wanted to host this, because there's a lot of people in my network who feel the same way, and I'd love to share these strategies with them. Mental health issues, this is close to my home. In my family, there's psychosis, depression, addiction, there's been suicide, multiple suicides. So mental health issues are rampant, and these are growing specifically amongst men. There's a really horrible statistic here in Australia where many men aged 25 to 45, commit suicide because of their lack of support and strategies to help them with what they're going through. So we're going to, my intention is that these strategies will help take people out of that anxiety and into a state of presence and support and asking for help. Are people using more pills or less? It's dependent on where you live, what areas, what problems people are going through. I do believe pills have a place and they are a solution for many. I just feel like they are more towards the end of the list rather than the start of the list. So I'm going to share with you a bunch of strategies that help us support ourselves in and around whatever your current process is as well. So this is why we need simple strategies to break through anxiety fast. And let's dive into it. So my question to you guys, and maybe we can open up the mics or type it in there, is what does anxiety feel like to you? Could be racing heartbeat, could be breathing a certain way, could be holding your body in a certain way, could be frustration, could be anger. So these are all, this is, thanks for sharing, guys. Yeah, more brain on fire. Yep. So we've all kind of been there. Some of the symptoms, I guess you could say, would be panic attacks, phobias, fear, sweating, jitteriness, tension, right? Your body can hold on to that stuff. So for me, one of the worst times I had anxiety was actually doing a presentation. It wasn't this one specifically, but I was doing a presentation. This was in front of 1,000 people, and that definitely gave me a lot of anxiety. But this other time I did a presentation and I just felt really unpresent. I felt like I was in my head. I was kind of just like really stressed out about the event. And anyway, I had a panic attack in front of 50 people. Has anyone ever had a panic attack? It's pretty full on, cold sweats, just disorientatedness feeling. It was just wild. So from that moment, I was like, okay, I think anxiety is something I'm going to start to look at, because it's just where my body is, my body memory or that situation. So I would literally be doing presentations, or I used to do acting in film and television, and this anxiety feeling would pop up. So these strategies I'm going to share with you are things that I've been using for many years that 100% work for me, and I really hope they work for you as well. So whether it's a physical, psychological, behavioral change that anxiety brings you, I do believe that there's a way out of anxiety, and there is a method and a formula that I've learned to explain all this with you guys as well. So in my opinion, the biggest problem that people are facing is that people are looking at anxiety in the wrong way. Would we agree that how we look at a situation creates the feeling of that situation? For example, there can be one experience, but multiple people looking at that experience will feel different things. Someone might feel joyful, happy, grateful, sad, angry, stressed, anxious, depressed at the same experience. And so it all depends on how we look at this. Please put a yes into the chat if you agree. For example, a lot of people, let me just give you a bit of a story or a bit of an analogy to help kind of articulate what I'm putting down. Is imagine this building. See all those lights? Imagine all the lights went out. Like all the electricity just got cut off. What do you do to solve the issue? How do we turn the lights back on? There's two options. One option is we focus on the light bulb, right? Do we focus on changing all the light bulbs in the mall, in the building? Do we focus on light bulbs? Or do we focus on the electrical box, where the energy is coming from, right? Bulb or electrical box? As you would, I'm sure you guys would agree, the electrical box is the source of the power. So I would say, looking at anxiety, these symptoms, heart racing, panic attacks, fear, stress, frustration, those would be focusing on specifically the light bulbs. And that's when most people are looking at, okay, let's do something to solve those, a pill or some kind of, I guess, breath work or meditation to solve that. But what about going to the cause? What about going straight to the electrical box? What's causing it in the first place? And if we shift that up, then the whole experience will change throughout your whole body. So here's another analogy. If you were to look at your hand, if everyone was to grab your hand right now and look at it, all right, what do you see? We see skin, you might see your palm, right? Different wrinkles, dead skin. I've got some calluses here. But if we were to actually use a microscope, and like a really, really powerful microscope, and look deeper into the cells, what are we going to find? We've got skin cells, the dermis, the epidermis, the different layers of the skin. We're then going to go into specific cells. We're then going to go inside the cell to the nucleus. We're then going to go into atoms or subatomic particles if we zoom more and more and more. And then eventually, what are we made out of? Does someone want to put it into the chat? What are we made out of? If you said energy, then you were right. So energy, frequency, and vibration. When you think about it, yeah, are we more physical? So the question is, option one, are we more physical, made of physical matter, or are we made of pure energy? Put one, if you think we're made of physical, no judgment. Two, pure energy. Okay. My belief is that we're made of pure energy. And so, beautiful, everyone agrees. So that's really what we're focusing on here, is going to more of an energetic way of looking at anxiety. I'll just move all these lovely faces. So your hand, your palm, is made of atoms which have nucleuses, which are then made of electrons, neutrons, protons, and quarks, right? If we're looking into quantum mechanics, quantum theory, it's just energy, different structures of energy. Change the structure, change reality. And you change the energy of the structure, our whole reality changes. So we're looking at changing that structure on the inside. So acknowledging that we're all made of energy, what is that one shift that you might choose to make and that you get to make inside of you that will help you feel more present, more calm, more conscious? So that's the question for you guys today. Nikola Tesla said this as well: if you find the secrets of the universe, you're going to find energy, frequency, and vibration. He was known, when Einstein was asked, how does it feel to be the smartest man on earth? Einstein says, I don't know, you should ask Nikola Tesla. So Nikola Tesla was the smartest man on earth, from my understanding. And he talks about this. And he also said that the day that science begins to study the non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in one decade than in all the previous centuries of his existence. Isn't that exciting? What we know about health and wellness and mindset and the physical body and the mind and the spirit, if we started really studying the non-physical, the energetic component, we're going to quantum leap in our understanding on how this works. So I want to share with you 8 strategies. So grab your pen and paper or your notes in your phone, and these are practical. If you're driving, please don't do this. If you're present, this is going to work a lot more effectively. So when I did acting class and presenting training many years ago, I was taught this one practice called the 3-second grab. Has anyone heard of the 3-second grab? Awesome, shaking heads, that's good. So the 3-second grab is a process on getting present. And what this is, we've got different senses. We're going to focus on our 5 senses, 5 or 6 senses, depending on how you want to look at it. And we're going to add each sense at a time. We're going to do eyesight, taste, smell, hearing, feeling. We're going to stack them all together, but we're going to do them one at a time. It's really fun. It's really simple. And this is a strategy you can use at any time. Ideally not driving, where you can just focus on one thing and you're going to focus on being present and soaking in that sense. For example, would you agree that what we focus on, expands, right? If we focus on the problem, we're going to create more of the problem. If we focus on the solution, we're going to create more of the solution. If we focus on love, passion, joy, vision, we're going to create more of that. And so in this, what I want you guys to do is focus all your energy on each of these senses one by one, just for like 3 or 4 seconds. So this is called the 3-second grab. You're going to grab your sense. So right now, pick a point somewhere around the room and just focus all your energy on your sight, on your eyes, on exactly what you can see, all the colors, textures, depth, focus, unfocus, just for 3 seconds. Ready, set, go. Perfect, perfect. So as you're doing that, we're going to add another sense, right? So as you're looking at that spot, now you might want to close your eyes actually, and just take in what you can hear. Everything, the little sounds, the wind, the music, family, kids, whatever's going on in the environment, just take in all your energy and focus specifically on your hearing and listening. Beautiful. On top of that, what I want you guys to do is to focus on what you can feel. So putting all your energy, you might want to close your eyes, maybe put your hands on your heart for a second. How is your body feeling? Really focus all your energy on that. Ready, set, go. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Beautiful. On top of that, we've got our smell. So have a little bit of a smell. What can you smell? Focus all your energy on everything you can smell. Ready, set, go. Awesome. Awesome. Now, what can you taste? Okay, so ready, set, go. Perfect. So these are our senses. And now what I want you guys to do is to stack all of these together. Okay, so look at another spot around the room. I want you to focus all of you. We're going to do it for a little bit longer than 3 seconds, but focus all your energy on what you can see, what you can hear, what you can feel, what you can smell, and what you can taste. So just start to play with this. Ready, set, go. Focusing on what you can see, focusing on what you can hear, focusing on what you can feel, focusing on what you can smell, focusing on what you can taste. This, ladies and gentlemen, is presence. You are the present. Okay. How do you guys feel? What's the one word of how you guys feel? Please put it into the chat. I'd love to hear where you guys are at. For me, I feel really present when I do this. I'm in the moment. I'm in my body. I'm aware. I'm grounded. I'm in this current space and time. And I feel like a lot of the time when or if anxiety comes up for me, it's because I'm focusing on something with the past or the future, or just imagining something that's out of this moment, and it makes me feel anxious. So these are some strategies, a 3-second grab, to help you get into the present moment and expand that awareness. Calm, centered, calm, 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 peaceful, calm. God's energy, beautiful. Oh, I love that. Okay, great. So that's the 3-second grab. Is that cool? Can you guys see yourself using this? Yeah, easy, simple, and fun, and it's something you can even share with kids or your kids and stuff like that. So the second strategy is around breath. Who's done breath work before? I'm sure a lot of you have. If you haven't done breath work, you are missing out. OMG. So yeah, breath work, this is by far one of the most important pieces of the health equation, right? We're brought into the world with a breath, and we leave this world with a breath or an exhale. So I'm going to share with you just some basic ways of looking at this that have been scientifically proven to bring presence and calm and consciousness to the breath. And so if you guys, as you guys are listening to my voice now, just as you're inhaling and as you're exhaling, I want you guys just to focus on that, right? Just focusing on what it feels like, what the sensations are of breathing in and breathing out. And just putting all your focus and energy on that. And there's a difference between conscious living and unconscious living. And this is what I want to help remind you of, is that conscious living, consciously choosing what we put in our body, the thoughts, our words, our actions, our frequency, is a consciousness exercise and a practice. And so the more that you become conscious of your breath, the more that you'll be conscious of your thoughts, your words, your deeds. And it starts with our breath. So bringing consciousness to that is an age-old, I guess, the age-old strategy on just meditation. Yeah, bringing consciousness and intention to your breath. So keep adding that as we're going on. But this little strategy here has been studied by some of the monks in the world with some of the chanting that they do. They've been studied that by doing this particular breath rhythm, it brings a lot of calm to the body. And this is an inhale, and then another inhale, and then you exhale slowly for as long as you can. Really, really simple. Okay, so what we're going to do is, just for a minute, we're going to focus on this. We're going to do an inhale, breathe in, and then you're going to breathe in a little bit more. And then you can hold for a second, and then you can exhale for as long as you can. So really simple. So what we're going to do, put a little timer on my phone. 1 minute, not 1 hour. And just follow along with me. So it's going to look like this. And you're breathing out. Yeah. All right. Follow along with me. So breathe in. As long as you can go. Then breathe in. This time when you inhale, breathe all the way in as much as you can, and then just take in that little bit more. So do it in your own time. You might get a rush of oxygen going to the brain. 2 more. So how do you guys feel, right? To me, it's like getting high on my own supply, right? It's like this kind of a bit of a airy feeling. I'm getting tingles a little bit. It's like sometimes I just forget to breathe. And so it reminds me to take in that oxygen, and that little bit of extra oxygen lets the brain know that you're in a calm place. And then releasing the oxygen, exhaling, allows all the air to come out. And a lot of the time when people look at anxiety or depression, anxiety is taking in more oxygen than letting out. So if you were to breathe in, you just be full like a balloon. You'd be like it's this like heightened energy you're pushing onto your nervous system and your physiology. But on the flip side, and that usually causes an anxious feeling. On the flip side, depression is, imagine if you just breathed out all the time, you never breathed in. Your physiology would be like more contracted like this, and you're like, ugh. So that's usually, if you do that more so, if you're breathing out on a regular basis rather than breathing in, that's more of a state of depression. And they also say, as you're focusing on the future and you're stressed about the future, that can cause anxiety, right? And or if the past, you're focusing on the past and you're stressed about the past, there's that heaviness that usually causes depression. So it's all about where we focus our mind and also where we focus our breath. And so the key is to come back into equilibrium, consciousness, inhale, exhale, and usually exhale longer than the inhale. Does that sound good? You guys ready to practice that today, this week, this month, this year? Awesome. And these are simple strategies that you can use to bring you out of anxiety, right? We've just covered the 3-second grab. We just covered some conscious breathing. We just covered the inhale, exhale, release as long as you can. Really simple, easy. You and your family can do these at any time. So number 3, grounding. Let's think about it. That building that we spoke about before with all those light bulbs, where does that electricity come from, right? There are many different theories on electricity, even just the theory of how electricity goes from your light switch to the light bulb, whether it's magnetic, whether it's electric, whether it's electromagnetic. There's different ways of looking at it, different theories. Regardless, electricity in a building like this needs to be grounded. And so when the building's grounded, it's able to have an AC, DC, like the band, AC, DC current that creates electricity. And so our body is the exact same. In order to create energy, we need to be grounded. This is putting your feet on the earth at least 30 minutes every single day. Connect your soul, SOLE, right? Do you get it? SOUL, to the earth. This connection of bare feet to the earth is known as grounding or earthing. And the concept itself is quite a simple one. By joining the soles of your feet with the negative surface charge of the earth, technology, toxins, and man-made things, sitting in cars, living in high rises, being in high-rise buildings or in an office, causes more positive charge, right? And we live in a world that's mostly that. So by connecting your feet to the earth, the negative charge comes in and the positive charge goes out, and it discharges the positively charged electrons, and you then have more room for the negatively charged. And the negatively charged helps the blood not stick together. It helps circulation and energy, reduce anxiety, helps us get out of our head into our heart, which is our heart's one of the most powerful electromagnetic pumps or batteries, I guess you could say, in our body. So this is really important for our heart, our brain health, our digestive system, our sex drive, our immune system, sleep. Everything is about this electromagnetic frequency that we put our body into every single day. You can connect with this natural energy, which helps to sustain the electrical charges that run through our human body. Yeah, we are a battery. So this improves mood, sleep, pain, wound healing is accelerated, immunity, inflammation, jet lag, stress, and anxiety. So this is my challenge to you guys. For the next 7 days, go outside. It could be 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, 30 minutes in the afternoon, or 30 minutes in the morning. Whenever it is, take your shoes off. It could be eating food outside today, right? Your lunch, or having a cup of tea or coffee outside and grounding, taking your shoes off. Wherever you are, ideally on natural surface, the ocean shore is one of the best places as well. And this is a practice that as I start to do this more, the more time that I'm on technology, in a high rise, in fake light and around EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, the more my body has anxiety. The more that I connect to nature and sit in the sun and ground and go for a swim or hug a tree, whatever it is, the more calm I feel. So just remember that this is more important than a supplement. This is more important than food, because our body is an electromagnetic battery and incredible machine, and we need to be plugged into the right energy. Okay. So who's taking their shoes off right now and throwing them across the room and going, I need a ground, right? I hope you all are. I've got no shoes on. Here we go. Look, there we go. All right. Number 4, ready? We're halfway through. Food, vitamins, minerals, and herbs. This is really important. We are a physical being as well. Obviously, we are energy. That creates, depending on the structure, depending on the information that energy gets, we've got energy plus information creates structure. So there's certain foods that we can eat, and based on how they grew in their environment, like ashwagandha, it went through extreme stress, potentially high temperatures, low temperatures. It's adapted to its own environment incredibly well. So guess what happens when we eat foods that have adapted to their environment? It helps us adapt to our environment, reduces in cortisol, stress and anxiety, immunity gets boosted, helps with functioning of the body. So ashwagandha is a supplement you can buy online. If you want to also research adaptogenic herbs, this would fall into that category. They're adaptogenic herbs to help us adapt to stress. Does anyone take any adaptogenic herbs? please put it into the chat. There's lots out there. Medicinal mushrooms are fantastic as well. Cool. So on top of that, B vitamins. I know that when I have more B vitamins in my body, whether it's supplementation or food, I feel a lot more me. I feel a lot more calm in my body, I have a lot more energy and less exhaustion. So apparently, one of the theories is that the Alcoholics Anonymous structure, the 12 steps, used to have more steps. And one of the steps was around B vitamins, niacin, specifically niacin B3. That's the one. And so I heard this story, and apparently they took niacin out of those 12 steps to keep people in the rat race of AA. And so I was like, oh, that's interesting. I went and bought some niacin B3, and I took it, and I took way too much. I was like, oh, I want to have all this niacin, woohoo. So unfortunately, like, my body went into this bit of a rush of energy. It's called a niacin flush, and it pushes the blood from the inside the body to the outside of the body. And it feels fine. Like, it's just a little bit itchy, like circulation wise. And it forced me to breathe. I was breathing, right? And a lot of people who are depressed have a lack of oxygen, as we mentioned. So this really helps people bring them into a natural state of breathing naturally and give the body more ability to have energy. But it also helps the hormones in the body. A lot of the hormones, estrogen, testosterone, come from B vitamins, helping be the spark plugs for our hormones. So really good for anti-aging and things like that. So I don't know if you guys take a B complex, looking at activated B vitamins, that might be an idea for you. And obviously, I'm not here selling any supplements, but there's some really good ones out there. Just make sure you do your research. What also helps me with anxiety is magnesium, whether it's a magnesium at nighttime or during the day. Certain ways, tablets or capsules, powders of getting magnesium. One of my favorite ways of getting magnesium, though, is called transdermal magnesium. So transdermal, right? Think about your skin, the dermis, and it absorbs through the skin. So if you have cramps, if you have sore muscles after the gym, if you've hurt your body, or if maybe you've got broke a bone or something's healing, or maybe you're wanting an organ to recover more effectively, you can actually spray the magnesium on your body and rub that in, and it goes directly to that area. When I have more magnesium, I feel like I'm floating, right? Because magnesium is so important. Our body doesn't relax. Like if you pull your hand in like this, it's the potassium magnesium pump. So in order for your body to relax, that's magnesium. Okay, so we need that, and that's why people get cramps and their legs cramp at nighttime, restless leg syndrome, stuff like that. It's just magnesium deficiency, hydration, things like that. Does anyone use transdermal magnesium? There's some amazing brands out there. One of my favorites is Amazing Oils. You might see it at some of the supermarkets. My friend owns that brand. Bit of a plug. But yeah, this is great, specifically at nighttime. So if you have trouble sleeping, spray this on the bottoms of your feet and the tops of your feet, and it's going to soak into your reflexology points and then soak into the rest of your body for helping all your organs relax. Chinese medicine, all our organs end in our hands and our feet. And by spraying that on, it's magnesium chelate, which is a certain type. It's natural from the earth. It soaks into the body. Also, a little tip, if you want to maximize your magnesium intake, spray some of this into your water bottle. You don't taste too much of it. If you put too much, it's pretty horrible, but it is one of the best things we can do for our body. People are aging because they don't have enough magnesium in their body. So if you're having stress and anxiety a lot of the time, it's just your body's not able to relax. So this will help you kickstart that. It's also an electrolyte, so it's going to give you energy and help that electrical charge around the body. Something else to consider is fulvic minerals. Fulvic minerals are from the earth, from sediments of rivers and gullies and stuff like that over millions of years of vegetation, organic materials. They get broken down into ionic minerals, and they are amazing for the body. So shilajit, you might have heard of it, or humic acid or fulvic acid. It sounds pretty horrible, actually. It's not like an acid. It's just the sediment. It's a highly soluble organic phenol that creates compounds with elemental mineral nutrients. Most people are not vitamin deficient, they're mineral deficient. So I have C minerals, I have these minerals, magnesium is one, electrolytes are minerals to a degree as well, depending on what you get. But most people are deficient in minerals. And when our body doesn't have the minerals, our body gets exhausted. It's not able to handle stress. So Fulvic acid might be an option for you guys. Yeah, does anyone take that? No, no. Yeah, it's all about minerals. Really, really, really important. So something else to consider in here, and this is the majority of the world, is vitamin D deficient. We've all heard of vitamin D, and Australia, funny that, we actually have super high levels of vitamin D deficiency. But why? We're in the sun, we're outside, we've got one of the most amazing continents for weather. What's the catch? Just know that vitamin D deficiency causes exhaustion, pain in the body, loss of hair, feeling depressed. Look, vitamin D has been linked to increased risks of depression. Your muscle soreness, if your muscles and body isn't healing, constantly being sick, or bone density is declining. This could be coming from vitamin D deficiency. Okay. And the key here, I was vegetarian for 6 or 7 years of my life growing up, and I had the most allergies, the most stress and anxiety and learning difficulties at school. I had acne, and I was a chubby kid, and I was that added to the bullying and stuff like that. Damn those bullies. So I'm looking back on it now, being vegetarian. My mum, a naturopath, my first stepdad, a yoga teacher. They were, very straighty 180, and we were doing what they thought was the right thing, better for the environment, better for the animals, which I 100% believe in. And our body can only create vitamin D through meat, cholesterol, dairy, animal products. So this is a call out to all the vegetarians, all the vegans. Your vitamin D is going to not be high because we need cholesterol to create vitamin D. This is the process. Sun, UVB, certain frequencies of light between 10 on the right-hand side, between 10 and 4 p.m. We have the really strong area of the sun, right? People think we get burnt. Yes, we do if we stay there too long. But we need 15, 20 minutes, half an hour of that, depending on how much melanin, how much dark tanned skin you have. In the beginning, start 5 minutes and work your way up. The sun comes down onto the skin and it uses cholesterol. The cholesterol then gets turned into vitamin D3 in the liver, right? D3, number 2, D2 supplements. And then that then goes into the rest of our body. And there's about 200 different benefits of vitamin D. Okay, so when we think about the benefits of vitamin D, people who are eating meat, it's not just any meat though, right? Organic, grass-fed, grass-finished, organic eggs, unpasteurized milk that hasn't been heat treated. Most of the milk that we buy is heat treated and it kills all the good bacteria. So I get what's called bath milk. No, it's called bath soap, and it's a beauty product. It's unpasteurized milk, and it's made through a process of not killing all the bad bacteria, or the bacteria, which is usually considered bad. From Louis Pasteur, he's the one who discovered that bacteria is bad. But all of his science was revoked at the end of his life because it was all fraudulent. But that's the model of the world that we live in today, is that we've taken on the germ theory from Louis Pasteur and created a model around dairy products to kill the bacteria to make it healthy. But in fact, by killing the bacteria, it's making it more unhealthy. So as I mentioned, I brought up as a vegetarian. I never had milk, I never had dairy, and I'm having more milk and dairy and meat and eggs than ever before. I'm healthier, my sleep is better, my mental clarity, less stress and anxiety, quicker results in the gym. I feel amazing. So this isn't a conversion wanting you to convert. It's just a reminder that if you want the highest levels of vitamin D in your body, which are associated with a better immune system in all areas, then we need to have animal products. The argument is that you get algae or blue-green algae or different kind of algae and stuff like that for vitamin D, and it doesn't cut the bill. It's like a tenth of what you would be getting. So this is just something to look at. If you're sick, if your body's sore, if you're stressed and have anxiety, it could be because you're not getting enough animal products: meat, red meat, dairy products, eggs, fish, seafood. Okay. So anyway, enough about that. So something else to consider here, and this is number 5. We're looking at framing. How do you frame? As we mentioned before, we can have one experience, multiple people look at it, and they all have different feelings based on what they see. Someone sees this is a happy experience, someone sees this as an angry experience. It has to do with how we view our perception through the frame of our perception. So my question to you guys is, what is your definition of anxiety? Just have a think about this. What is your definition of anxiety? What if anxiety was actually, just picture this for a sec. What if anxiety was just a reminder that you were out of balance? What if anxiety was just feedback? What do you mean by feedback? Well, it's just constructive criticism. Letting you know that you're not authentic. Letting you know, anxiety is just letting you know that there's a higher level of authenticity for you, that you're out of alignment. So what if anxiety was actually a gift from your nervous system, helping you to become even more you, whole and authentic? Just let that land for a second. So what if anxiety was actually a gift from your nervous system, helping you become even more you, whole and authentic? Wouldn't you see that anxiety is actually a gift? I see some smiles. Isn't that cool? It's actually your healthy body, mind, and spirit is doing a good thing, a good job in helping you out by giving you anxiety. It's letting you know, hey, something's not right here. Something needs to shift. Yeah. Yeah. But the world does the opposite. They don't want to listen to that and they want quick fixes. But let's look at that anxiety and say, what's really going on? So anxiety equals, this is my definition. You want to write this down. Anxiety equals temporary dislocation from the present moment. Has anyone ever dislocated an arm or a shoulder and clicked it back into place? There's lots of pain, right? I've nearly dislocated my shoulder. It's a lot of pain. My friend has them all the time. It's so horrible for him. It's caused arthritis for his shoulders now. It's like my age. But anxiety is just temporarily dislocating us from the present moment. And like you felt with the 3-second grab or the conscious breathing, those practices put you into the present moment. So the question is, the power of the present moment is the primary question that you need to lead with. The start and the end of every day and the start of every moment is how can dropping into the present moment become even easier, simpler, and more fun? Dropping into the present moment, how can it be easier, simpler, and more fun? How can I do right? What can I do right now to help me stay present? Some of the times, bending your knees, right? Shoulders back, head up, focusing on your breath, moving your body, going for a walk, having a glass of water, right? Meditating, praying, reading a book, listening to music. What can you do right now to stay more present? And when you're present, you become a present to the world, a present to yourself. But if you think of someone who's a presenter, they're just really present. So this is a practice of presence. All right, let's talk about gut health for a second. Strategy number 5, gut health. Really important. Yes, we've got probiotics, prebiotics, sauerkrauts, kombuchas, kimchis, tempeh, miso, natto, yogurt, right? Kefir. These are all probiotic foods. Probiotics, you also need prebiotics, which is the food for the bacteria. When I interviewed a microbiologist, he's been studying the gut for, I think, like 20 years. And with the government, he was studying specifically the microbiome. He said to me, he's like, Zach, did you know that we are 90% bacteria cells and only 10% human cells? I said, what, John? 10% human cells and only 90% bacteria and 90% bacteria cells? He goes, yes. I said, what the heck? Now think about this. If we are mostly made up of bacteria, the tap water that we drink has chlorine in it. If people are drinking tap water, the chlorine is killing the bacteria on the inside of our body, causing disharmony. Shower. Think about the shower. When you have a shower, the hot steam with the chlorine, and when something's hot and there's steam, you're breathing it in. You're getting chlorine steam and chlorine on your skin. So no wonder your hair is getting more unhealthy, or your skin's dry, or parts of your body. So everyone must have a shower filter and a water filter. You guys can ask me later if you guys want the best ones that I use. So chlorine is really important to get out of your body and get out of your, obviously, tap water has fluoride, heavy metal, so we don't want that. So it's really important to have natural products that don't kill the bacteria on our skin and in our gut. All right, bone broth. Whenever I started the short story was this. I was at a seminar listening to a lady who was a health coach, and she was so healthy, her whole family is so healthy. And then she had her first baby, and for the first 6 months of the baby's life, it was crying, vomiting, it wasn't digesting food, it was always waking up all the time. It was just like, it was a really hard 6 months of its life for both the baby and the mum and the family. And she ended up trying everything, nothing worked, and finally went to a health food shop and said to the lady, hey, what can I do for my kid? And the lady said, have you tried bone broth? And the lady said, no, I've tried everything, but I'll give this a go. So she got organic bones, chicken bones, bit of apple cider vinegar, warmed them up for 4 hours, cooled it down, gave it to the baby. That night, the baby had its full night's sleep, first full night's sleep. And so I listened to this story. This was like 6 years ago. And I was like, I'm a baby. My digestive system's really sensitive. Maybe that's going to help me. And so whether it's weight loss, leaky gut, detoxification, hair, skin and nails, immune system, arthritis and joints, aging, energy, teeth, mood, and cognition. Optimal gut health ensures stable communication between your digestive system and brain. Both broth improves mood, mental clarity, and supports neurotransmission. So the connection. Now, why is that? It's because there's DHA, or there's fat, or the cholesterol from the animal products that helps the electrical charge of the body, the electromagnetic charge of the body. So that's what broth gives. If anyone, you can look at it online for recipes, and that's why I started Broth Night, and it's been going for so long, is I just want to educate people on the importance of that. So this is the last one before we jump into number 8. This is light hygiene, really important. Just like you brush your teeth every night, or you have a shower every day, and you wash your clothes and your sheets and stuff like that. We're talking about light hygiene. Have you ever heard of light hygiene? Probably not. We live in a world. Well, let's put it this way. Every part of our life is impacted, better or worse, by the light that is exposed to it. So we live in a red lit world: sunrise, sunset, fires, campfires, candles, salt lamps. That has a certain impact on the body. And blue light, which is just a white light, right? It's just the light that's got no red light in it. So both have healing properties, whether it's a red light from the calming, soothing feeling you feel when you watch a fire at nighttime and have the best sleeps ever, or whether it's having a red light therapy session with helping your skin, collagen and elastin, and helps reduce wrinkles, right? Or the blue light is associated with killing bacteria. So for acne, acne scars, things like that, it helps to heal that too. So this is important. We are beings of darkness. At nighttime, having a dark room is important, and we are beings of light. And if we confuse nighttime with light, for example, with our phone, okay, with our computers, with the lights in the house and wherever you live, but we're using lights at nighttime, guess what's going to happen? It's going to confuse the brain. It's going to confuse the gut. It's just going to change our whole syncing or matching with nature. What we've come to realize today, by being present in the moment, it's matching to the present moment. Anxiety is just disconnecting from the present moment. So it's not matching up. So the same thing is with light and with health. And it's like we need to be a symbiote, just like when our hands go like this, everyone go like this with your hands. How good does that feel? It's like your hands are made to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, that fits really well. And this is what health needs to be like. We need to be in a symbiotic relationship with red light, darkness, and light and dark. So it's just like this. So if you're putting light at nighttime, it's mismatching, and your brain and heart and every part of the body is confused, and it starts to age quicker. So, and this is something to keep in mind, blue light penetrates deeper into the skin, specifically the eye. So you've got the blue light, it goes deeper. This is why people are having a lot of eye issues. And when you change, the eyes are the gateway to the soul. So if we're ruining our eye health, it's going to shift every part of our soul, which is our entire body, our brain, our organs, is going to be impacted as a result of getting too much blue light. Think of blue light as sugar. Now we need sugar during the day. It's great. It gives us energy, glucose for energy and focus. But if we're having sugar at nighttime, it's not very good. And blue light boosts insulin and glucose in the body, just like having cake. It literally, if you have light at nighttime, it boosts, because it's like during the day, if you eat food, we need energy from that food during the day, but at nighttime we don't. So it's just confusing our body. look at this for a second, guys. Might want to take a screenshot of this. Blue light at nighttime, right? If you're in your bed, look, I'm I'm a culprit at this, but my key and my solution is simple. Wear blue blocking glasses. Yeah, blue blocking glasses. Put these on at nighttime or during the day if you're going to be on technology. Get a red light panel, which I'll share with you in a minute, or getting a filter technology on your computer called Iris Tech, and I can send these guys to you. But just keep in mind that anxiety and depression, digestive issues, ADHD is all a result of the light that we're exposed to. Why do you think that we haven't found a solution or a cure for a lot of the man-made diseases? Is because we're looking in the wrong spot. People are trying to find the problem by looking at the light bulbs, diabetes, heart disease, cancer. They're looking at the light bulbs. They're not looking at the core issue of this whole thing. And so the core issue that we are beings of light, we need to be a symbiotic synergy between the symphony and the orchestra of our bodies with nature. And anytime we disconnect from that and try and be gods and try and put light at nighttime, it's going to confuse every part of our body. They did a science experiment. For one whole week, they put kids inside a classroom. They closed the doors. They made it dark. So they put like big curtains up. They put fake light in there with their laptops and their projectors and all that type of stuff. And for a whole week, they taught them their normal class. Within 1 week, guess how long it took them to all be diagnosed with ADHD? 1 week. They did another experiment. They took kids outside camping, did some camping for a week, and they studied how long it took them to get out of their anxiety and out of their ADHD and into no ADHD. Guess how many days in nature it took these kids to reverse all the ADHD? 3 days. So if you can start getting up with the sunrise, if you can start going to bed with the sunset, going down within the first 1 or 2 hours of that, you're going to get into sync with light. And for me, it's been one of the most amazing things to help me with my anxiety. So what is the solution? Blue blocking glasses, right? We just spoke about that. Red light panels, candles, salt lamps, fires. I'll just share with you 2 little links here. If you want the best blue blocking glasses and you want the best red light panels, these are friends of mine. Oops. Oh, that's not, oh gosh. That link isn't working effectively there, guys. Anyway, you can see it in there. But that's a red light panel is something I've had for, gosh, nearly 4 years now. And some of my closest friends have it. And it's so great to see. Every time I go traveling to my friends' houses who have red lights, they find that they sleep way better. So at nighttime, instead of all the fake light and the white lights, put the red light panel on. Or if you can't have a fire, put a candle. If you can't have a candle, put a salt lamp on. Yeah. So this is really, really important. That'll be amazing at helping you drop out of anxiety a lot quicker. Your sleep will improve, which will improve everything. And blue blocking glasses, our eyes are really sensitive to blue light at nighttime. So just wear them. It's really easy. It's really easy to fix. All right. So we're going to jump into the last strategy here. This is strategy number 8, frequency therapy with Healy. I've actually got here the program Relaxation on. Some of my favorite programs I use at nighttime are Mental Balance Acute, anxiety programs, and extreme stress. And I use them with the ear clips that you can see here on my ears. I wet them, and I'll just take this off. And the wrist straps that I have here, I run the relaxation program. So this is a cord that's connected to this little dubawaki here on my chest, on my shirt, and that's the Healy. Okay, this is a medical device in Germany. It's designed specifically for anxiety, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain, migraine, depression, and sleep issues. So this company is called Time Waver. Their vision is actually all around helping people live a conscious life. And so what I love about that is leaning back on, I'll just quickly share this. This is, I've been a part of Healy for 3.5 years. It's a biohacking wellness device here in Australia. We can't call it a medical device because there's stricter, I guess, rules and regulations. But I've used it with 87-year-old Larry up here on the left who had anxiety. and he had the best sleep after that. He said he actually like pretty much fell asleep at the cafe with that on. So it really helps with stress, anxiety. It's a solution to get out of it really quick. Whether it's pets, people use it on their pets, people use it in practice. I've been sharing this for 3.5 years, and I'm super grateful to have a Healy for myself, whether it's doing events on Bondi Beach or Manly Beach or up here in the Gold Coast or in Melbourne or overseas. Healy's been a massive part of my health journey, and also connecting with so many amazing people. Community is really important when we look at connection, mindset, and feeling safe. You know, we are creatures that work in groups. So finding the right community, this has been amazing. I get to talk to amazing people like you, health and wellness practitioners, or people with big visions, mums and dads, athletes, anyone who's into health and wellness. This is bringing together some amazing people. And what I love about their vision is around helping people live a conscious life. And to be conscious is also to be present. And so when we're present, it's in the moment, and we can really, I guess, squeeze the juice of what life is all about when we're in the present moment. And when we look back on those moments that we really cherish, we were really present with our loved ones, present with our kids, present with our purpose or what we love to do. When we're really present, that's really the juice of life. So Healy comes from a company in Germany called Time Waver. You can check out their website, timewaver.com. 15 years of research, 2,500 practitioners globally with this machine that's about 20,000 to 100,000 euros. A lot of money. They've already helped 500,000 people. And so this big machine is a practitioner machine. People would come in. The lady here on the left would hold the rods, and it would send microcurrent and do a scan and do all these things, and amazing results. So then they thought, hey, let's miniaturize it into a little wearable so people like us at home can utilize the Healy. And a couple of examples of Healy, like to get your head around it. Healy is kind of like the zebra crossing for your life. Wherever the chaos or stress or the traffic is, it's like when you put the Healy on, it's like, let's just put the zebra crossing down and just give me a break and everything stops. It's kind of like the Matrix, where you just put a hold on what's going on when Neo's flying through and dodging the bullets. It's giving you a whole pass. So the Healy is a self-care tool that allows you to really get clear on exactly what's out of balance and then what to do about it. Healy's also like a battery charger, just like I have a battery charger for my phone here that I travel with. You guys use this when you travel? I travel a fair bit, so I have like a cord that's attached to my phone, and that helps me charge my phone. The Healy is like the battery charger to my cells of my body, to my health. Healy is like a Swiss Army knife. Healy has so many functions, over 200 different programs: hair, skin, nails, stress, anxiety, all the organs, meridians, chakras, fitness programs, detox programs, like everything. So Healy is like the Swiss Army knife of frequency machines. It's also like a little defibrillator. So when someone dies, the ambulance gets pulled in, they put a defibrillator on, they send electricity, all right? It recharges their heart, gets them back, and then they're back to life. So the Healy is like a mini defibrillator. It's not going to charge, it's not going to be quite abrupt as a defibrillator, but you get the point. It's like a mini defibrillator on a micro level for our cells with electricity. Healy is like the maps. So you can put maps on your phone if you're ever lost, and you know exactly the best route to get there. Healy is going to give you the quickest route to get you into health. Healy is like a health coach, giving you the right strategies on how to get you into health fastest. It is also for accelerated healing. So if you have a cut or scrape or a bone, if you can get to an injury within 4 to 6 hours, put the microcurrent on there and run that all day, even for a couple of days, you will dramatically improve the repair. I nearly broke my foot. I stepped into a hole on a gutter, and I was limping, and I was like, oh no, I've just got back into the gym. I have so much energy. Like, oh my God, I've broken my foot. So what did I do? I put the sticky pads on my foot at nighttime. I just ran it for like 3 or 4 hours before bed, and I had the red light panel. So I have other frequency machines. The frequency machine is also the red light panel, and I put that on. And then the next morning, I woke up, no pain. I went straight back to the gym. Like, it was crazy. So it's accelerated healing for you. Right? Everyone's got something going on in their body. It's just a lack of energy, or maybe one organ's depleted for whatever reason, too many chemicals, medication, injury, trauma. when different parts of the body and the organs are a lower voltage, like a battery voltage, say your liver, too much alcohol is lower voltage now because of whatever's happened in the past, that's going to affect every other part of the body. It brings the whole voltage down in the body because of that one organ. So if you can focus frequency, microcurrent into the liver, for example, charge the battery back up, then that means it's not putting pressure on the other organs, and it gives health and vitality to the whole body. So when we start the Healy, you focus on certain organs, kidneys, liver, and lungs, which are the main organs that hold onto toxins. So our body's mainly auto-intoxicated, too many toxins that are reducing our voltage. So if you can cleanse that out, chelate it and absorb, like get it out of the body through microcurrent, foods, right? Sunlight, sunlight specifically to the digestive system boosts good bacteria and kills bad bacteria because we are beings of light. Every area of our body is healed as a result of the right frequencies, Healy, sunlight, nature. So Healy is also like a first aid kit wherever you go, in your pocket, with your family, with your friends. Everyone in the world should have a Healy because they should put in their first aid kit along with all the other important things: anxiety, stress, pain, right? All these amazing things. Healy is a mindfulness practice. If you've got 1 minute to use it, you've got an hour to use it, you quickly connect it. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes. Put it on, disconnect it from the phone so there's no EMFs, and then I go on my day. I'm working, walking the dog, shopping, whatever it is, or stress and anxiety comes up, I put it on, and I'm not staying in anxiety for very long. I'm out of there fast. It's a brain enhancement for learning, cognition, concentration, memory. Healy has programs for that as well. And Healy's like putting the roller guards up on life. So just like when you go to the bowling alley, put the roller guards up, hopefully not anymore, but using the bowling ball helps you, the roller guards helps the bowling ball get to the end. So sometimes we just need that, less zigging, less zagging in life. Healy taps into the meridians of the body, the electrical circuitry in Chinese medicine. And Healy is like a light switch that literally turns that energy on from the electrical box, so to speak, into the body. I'll stop with the metaphors, everyone. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. If you've got another metaphor, please put it into the chat. I'd love to hear from you. So just a couple of things about Healy. Healy's designed from this genius, Marcus Schmieke. He's written 25 books. He has his own Institute for Consciousness Research, where he interviews and gets the big thinkers, world changers to come together, talk about who are we, why are we here, where are we going. So he's been doing this for, gosh, his whole life. And now through Time Waver and Healy is his tool for us to use to help raise the frequency of ourselves. And collectively, we can raise the frequency of the world and the planet. Christian Harper is the investor. He's a billionaire, and he's the one funding Healy. He invests only into conscious business, like different restaurants and businesses that he sees a future for humanity. So Healy was created in 2019. We're in over 50 countries right now. Healy does 2 things. It scans to see what's out of balance. You might run the scanning and it comes up. You might be feeling anxiety, but maybe it's coming up because your heart is under a lot of pressure. So it might come up with heart meridian, or it might come up with nerves or relaxation to help you with that. So every part of the body is connected, as I said, and this will scan you to see exactly what's out of balance and then send microcurrent or vibration back into the body to help bring the battery back up. It's connected through wrist straps, ear clips, sticky pads. There's also what's called a coil, which is a Tesla coil that magnifies a couple of feet without having to, the program, without having to actually connect it to the cords. So it's wireless. The microcurrent of the cords is more powerful though. It's more convenient sometimes to not have cords. We're looking at science here. This is an animal study in 1982 looking at microcurrent boosting ATP. ATP on the side here, think of it as the energy that's released from our cells, specifically the mitochondria. So we have little power plants inside of our cells, potentially hundreds or up to 1,000 of these mitochondria that take in food, water, light, magnetism from grounding, and actually condense it and then send out ATP. And so nothing, from my understanding, please let me know if there is, but this microcurrent will boost ATP production by 500%. So this accelerates healing, accelerates the regeneration of the body. This is found, I can send this to anyone. These are all the microcurrent, not all of them, but some of the microcurrent studies and the benefits. So for example, anxiety, depression on the left-hand side, or maybe you know someone else or yourself has some of these other health challenges here, cravings, joints, phobias, nerves, for example. These are all the scientific, peer-reviewed, double-blind tested studies. Here on the left-hand side here, anxiety, it's called cranial electrotherapy stimulation. Cranial electrotherapy stimulation. Cranial application of low-level transcranial electrotherapy. So this is a study that's been, this is an emerging area. Some of these studies were done many, many years ago, 1999, 2008. So you can do a lot of research. I can send you the PubMed as well. PubMed's a science website where you can look at a lot of the science. Here we go. Effects of cranial electrotherapy stimulation on preparative anxiety, pain, and endocrine response. So if you like to geek out on the science like I do, I can send that to you as well. Yeah, I can send that to you later. And these are some of the other studies. So this is what I love about Healy. It's like the studies, the science, black and white, and the more you use it, the better, more results you get. Most people use the Healy 80% of the time, right here on the right side. Number 2, on a daily basis, they use it every day. I use it probably every couple of days. Sometimes a couple of days in a row. Sometimes I stop for a couple of days. But most people get a result after 1 application or up to 10 applications, depending on where someone's at with their health. It depends. Drink glasses of water, have your minerals, all the other things we shared today, you're going to get accelerated results. Or if your body is really depleted and you start using the Healy, it's going to just give you that boost in health very quickly as well. So it's amazing what can happen. Here at the bottom right, survey of effectiveness. So this is the improvements of the concern. Improvement of the concern, strong improvement, slight improvement, no effect. So very, very low for no effect. Obviously, like everything, some people don't find a result. And then people, because of the results, because of how much they use it, they recommend it with other people. 94% of people recommend the Healy with others. So if you want to learn about some testimonials, please go to our group, The Frequency Experience. 70,000+ people in here. Hundreds and thousands of testimonials on everything: anxiety, stress, depression, all the things. Now, just remember, Healy gets your body back into balance. Healy is not designed to cure, prevent, reverse, treat, diagnose any illness or disease. It just gets your body back into balance, as I said before in the disclaimer. If you don't have a Healy, what you get when you buy a Healy is you have the hardware, the apps, the lifetime access to all the apps. There's no ongoing costs unless you want to upgrade, which is optional. You get one-on-one coaching, group coaching, community. The company does webinars throughout the month as well. And there's lots of trainings from the owner to the science team to the doctors, things like that. And depending on which Healy you get, the coil, the mag Healy, everyone gets the cords and the wrist straps and the ear clips and the sticky pads. Different countries have different laws. So some countries like the US and Canada don't get the ear clips, but here in Australia we do, in New Zealand we do. So there are other ways of getting a hold of those if you guys have any questions. There's a 2-week money back guarantee. So if you don't like Healy, after 2 weeks, you can send it back and get your money back. And there's a 2-year replacement warranty. After the 2 years, if it breaks, we don't replace it. But if you want to replace it after the 2 years, then it's like, I think it's $400 Australian to get a replacement on the Healy, and then you load all the software back on there for a lifetime. There are 5 Healys, but I'm just going to share with you, I'll share with you quickly, all of them. So the gold Healy, they are all the Healys are the same hardware, just different software. So they all look like this. The gold looks like this, and the professional, the top one, looks like this. It's just different software. And so the gold has 10 programs. The holistic has 61 programs. These two don't scan. They use these apps though. The Healy 2 app, which does all the microcurrent, and then the Heal Advisor is a search function. Then you've got in Australian dollars, that's how much they are, 740 Australian dollars, and then the holistic is 1,500 Australian. And then the 3 top units is what most people start on: the Resonance, Resonance Plus, and Professional. Just going to move this up here. The Resonance has 97 programs, and at the bottom you'll see it has what's called the Resonance module. So this is the ability to put the Healy in your hand with the app and the technology here. It scans your body to see what's out of balance, and then will recommend the best program for whatever you're going through. The Resonance Plus and the Professional has that, but it also has what's called the Aura Scan and the Success Coach. So the Aura Scan allows you to scan the 7 main energy centers of your body, where there's lots of nerve endings, glands, and organs with lots of electricity and magnetism, also known as chakras. It will scan the energy flow through those and recommend the best program to boost whatever's low in voltage. So those are the chakra programs, but also working on limiting beliefs, trauma, any limiting patterns and habits. This will actually bring that up and help you with that too. So a lot of people start on the Professional because it has everything, even digital nutrition, which are specific frequencies to help you get the most out of your food. When you start eating food, it's great to eat healthy food, but sometimes our body doesn't absorb it and assimilate it. So the key about the Healy is that it opens up the pathway so you can then start absorbing the right nutrition from the right healthy foods. So these are the prices. This is Australian prices. So the gold, I'm just going to share the 3. So the gold, $740. There's a payment plan, $91 a fortnight for 6 months. The Resonance is $1,345, usually $2,215. That's 40% off. And there's a payment plan of $90 a fortnight over 6 months. And the Professional is $5,900. There's no payment plan, but $3,561. Now the promotion ends at the end of this month. To talk to the person who invited you here to grab that deal. And also, I think there might be another bonus here where if you, and yeah, depending on the country that you're purchasing in, here in Australia, if you buy a Resonance or a Professional, you also get another Healy, like a free Healy. It's crazy. So that's something to keep in mind. These 3, the Resonance, Resonance Plus, and Professional, they have these 3 apps. So the Healy 2, the Advisor in the middle, and then also the Analyze, which is the scanning, chakras, success coach, vibrational programs. That's a whole nother conversation. So last couple of things to leave you with, and then we're going to do a quick little recap, and love to get some little shares of what your favorite thing was from today. Actually, while we're here, please jump in. What was your number 1 takeaway from this masterclass? What was the one thing you're going to use today, use this week, use this month? So for those of you who also want to get Healy for free, there's a way of doing it. Because Healy is network marketing, it's referral based. We don't spend money on advertising online or TV or radio or paying celebrities. We keep it as a profit share within the people that share it. And so this is called affiliate marketing, so to speak, network marketing. So the way to get your Healy for free is, this is one method. There's different ways. This is the easiest way is you buy the Healy Professional device and you enroll 3 other people on a Healy Professional device, the same. That the commissions will then pay for your device. And then you will also earn a free Healy device. So you get your Healy for free, plus you'll get another device, depending on how many you sell and things like that. It might be a gold, or it might be a Resonance, or it might be a Resonance Plus. So this is a conversation to have with your sponsor. The more people you help, obviously the more people we can help, but also the more money you make as well. So this is a business model where the more that you give and help other people, the more that you receive. So I love it. Absolutely awesome. So I have just a quick little recap here for you guys. But what was your number 1 takeaway? So we went through a lot today. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. We really broke down how to break through anxiety fast with the 3-second grab, focusing on your senses, stacking that to get really, really present. We then spoke about breath work, focusing your intention, conscious inhale and conscious exhale. We then spoke about the inhale, and then release. Then we spoke about grounding, connecting your feet to the earth, just like a building. We need to plug our feet into the earth at least how many minutes a day? 30 minutes a day. We then spoke about food, minerals, vitamins, and herbs. These are things that you might just be deficient in, that if you just changed would help you break out of anxiety fast, right? Your body could be depleted in certain minerals and vitamins. We spoke about the definition of anxiety, spoke about the definition of reframing anxiety from maybe pain to now focusing on it's just temporarily dislocating you from the current moment. And it's actually a reminder and feedback to help you get back into a higher state of authenticity, love, and presence. If there's anything you take away from today, I hope you take that one. We then spoke about light hygiene. We spoke about red light, blue light, certain light frequencies. We are beings of darkness. We are beings of light. We spoke about how blue light impacts the different parts, the retina, different parts of the eye, which if you ruin your eyes, our whole health system is put off. So it's really important. 4 carrots a day, right? And using the Healy programs. A lot of people, by just using the Healy programs, strengthen their eyes. See, there's eye programs too. We spoke about blue light. Don't do that at nighttime. If you are going to do that, get blue blockers. If you guys want the brand for blue blockers, let me know. My friend makes them in the US. They're one of the best. And then also red light. Get fires going if you've got a fireplace or candles at night, salt lamps, or get a red light panel. If you travel, you can get a little red light panel as well. And this is also used to put on to pain in your body. But by putting the red light on at nighttime, you're slowing down your nervous system at nighttime. You're allowing the melatonin, which a lot of people have sleep issues these days. They rely on melatonin supplements. Now, melatonin, do you know where melatonin comes from? It comes from light. We need sunlight during the day to go into the skin that builds up the melatonin. And then we need 2 to 3 hours of darkness at nighttime for then the melatonin to be released. But if you have light, if you have blue light on at nighttime, when your melatonin's trying to release, guess what's happening? You're mismatching. You're not connecting in a symbiotic relationship with nature. And so then the light suppresses the melatonin, and you can stay up later working on computer, watching television, like, and then your metabolism gets kicked on because I think it's daytime. You start eating at nighttime. So we are beings of light, and making sure that at nighttime you have no white light. Like, this is my challenge to you guys. If you can have for the next week, 1 whole week at nighttime, when the sun goes down, turn off all the fake lights, dim your phone, to put the red light filter on your phone, get blue blockers, things like that. And then in the morning, see the sunrise. That's going to be by far one of the best things, because guess how long it took the kids to get out of ADHD? 3 days. And 1 whole week of that darkness and light confusion to the body brings on ADHD. So one of my favorite tools, as we spoke about, is Healy, focusing on these strategies, the ear clips, the relaxation programs to recharge the organs, to reconnect the body. If anyone wants any more info on this, the science, just let me know. The prices, again, the resonance, I would say a resonance and above would be ideal. This is going to help you with the scanning function to see exactly what's going on a cellular level, to give you insight that you wouldn't have had before. And yeah, when you share Healy with 3 people in your first 30 days, the commissions will pay for your Healy, plus you'll get another Healy, mainly on the professional one though as well. So there you go. What a fun webinar. Thank you guys for joining. I'd love to just quickly get some shares and shout outs.